Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? Now, it is still my belief that you guys have had a nice Christmas celebration, right? We are now only counting 4 days to say goodbye to the year 2024. So even as you prepare to cross over to the year 2025, keep on praying and believing that you will be able to begin the year successfully, okay? So today then I've planned something for us, and I have a sample on Schreiben and Lesen. In a moment, I want us to write down a letter, and then from the letter, there are some questions that I'd like us to attempt answering. Now, remember, this is going to test your ability of being able to understand letter samples, and of course, the questions they like asking from the letters. This is going to test two things. It's going to test your Schreiben and also your Lesen. So, without much further ado, let's now see the letter sample. So let's copy the following down. It begins: Liebe Frau Jakobs. Liebe Frau Jakobs, comma. Now remember, we said when I am writing a letter, the first thing you will do in the salutation, you will check to see if it's a male or a female. Now in this case, because I'm addressing a female, that is why I say Liebe. So, Liebe Frau Jakobs, dear Mrs. Jacobs. And then after salutation, when I go back to the margin right here, we have to begin with a small letter. So you'd say, Liebe Frau Jakobs, comma, and then you come here, small I, ich. So this is the emphasis. After my salutation, when I go back to the margin, I will begin with a small I, okay? So you've said, Liebe Frau Jakobs, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht. Ich komme heute Dienstag. So ich komme heute Dienstag. Now, even as you'll be writing down your letters, one has to ensure that the nouns are always beginning in capital letters, okay? So, liebe Frau Jakobs, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht. Ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus. Ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin. Aus Berlin zurück. Now they've used here a separable verb. The verb is normally zurück komme, to come back. So, liebe Frau Jakobs, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin zurück. Ich habe morgen ein Gespräch. It continues. Ich habe morgen ein. So tomorrow I have a. Now the word they've used here is Gespräch. Gespräch. Now this Gespräch can mean an interview or a conversation. Gespräch. So, ich habe morgen ein Gespräch mit dem Kunden Maybach. Mit dem Kunden. Mit dem Kunden Maybach. Okay. Now, remember, we began by saying that the aim is to test and see if you are able to understand the comprehension without any English translation. So, ich habe morgen ein Gespräch mit dem Kunden Maybach. Then, der ist ganz wichtig. Der ist ganz wichtig für uns. Now you might probably be wondering, now why am I using der only with the article? Sometimes it's possible to use the article when you've mentioned it in the first part of the sentence and not repeating it again. So this der, it's referring to the meeting, right? Or the interview. So der ist ganz wichtig für uns. It is very important to us, full stop. And then, und am Donnerstag, und am Donnerstag, und am Donnerstag habe ich zwei, und am Donnerstag habe ich zwei weitere neue Termine. Neue Termine, full stop. Right, so I would like you to try and translate the following even as we continue. So remember I said, this der is referring to the meeting, right? Der ist ganz wichtig für uns. Und am Donnerstag habe ich zwei weitere neue Termine. Aber am Freitag, aber am Freitag bin ich ab, the time is 8 Uhr, bin ich ab 8 Uhr wieder im Büro. Wieder im Büro. Wieder im Büro. So let's now get the last point. Bitte machen Sie bitte machen Sie mir für bitte machen Sie mir für 11 Uhr einen Termin mit Doktor. So bitte machen Sie mir für 11 Uhr einen Termin mit Dr. Falk. Mit Dr. Falk. And then they finish by saying, vielen Dank und herzliche Grüße. And then the person finishes by saying, Helga. So this is Helga Stein. Hassan, hello to you too. Willkommen. Helga Stein. So this is the letter that we've been given. Let's just also try reading it out aloud, and then we see some nice questions from it. Liebe Frau Jakobs, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin zurück. Now we say that this zurückkomme is a separable verb to come back, right? Ich habe morgen ein Gespräch mit dem Kunden Maybach. Der ist ganz wichtig für uns. Und am Donnerstag habe ich zwei weitere neue Termine. Aber am Freitag bin ich ab 8 Uhr wieder im Büro. Then they finish by saying, bitte machen Sie mir für 11 Uhr einen Termin mit Dr. Falk. And then they finish by saying, Helga Stein. Anon and Hassan, sehr gut. Bitte schön. So now that we've seen the letter, I have some questions that I'd like us to attempt answering from the letter. So let's now get the questions in a moment. All right, so question number 1 is asking like this. Look at question number 1. Frau Stein ist in Berlin. So that's our question number 1. Now the choices is for us to fill in either with the true or false. So number 1, Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Frau Stein ist in Berlin. So here I would like you to choose. Are you going to mark with richtig Would you pick your answer to be richtig oder falsch? So which one would you pick right here? Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Now look at the passage. Do you think it's richtig oder falsch? Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Now I'll be reading our answers to see how many have scored it. Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Now, always as you get to answer the question, before reading the letter, establish to see who is the person writing and who is the person writing to. So if you check at the introduction, the person writing is Helga Stein, right? So it is Helga Stein, and Helga Stein is addressing Frau Jacobs, right? And then you can see Helga says, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin. Ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin zurück. I am not coming back. I am still not coming back from Berlin today, which is on Tuesday, right? So the question was saying, Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Now the answer here is going to be richtig. Frau Stein ist in Berlin. Richtig. Notice how we mark our answers. Preferably, they would like you to mark with an X within the box. Don't like sketch or maybe draw lines. No, it'll be expected to mark with an X within the box. Okay, let's now see number 2. Question number 2 is asking, am Mittwoch. So number 2 is asking, am Mittwoch. Am Mittwoch hat Frau Stein frei. Am Mittwoch hat Frau Stein frei. Okay, so they've used the separable verb. The verb is normally frei haben, to be free. So am Mittwoch hat Frau Stein frei, which now means Frau Stein is going to be free on Wednesday. So here again, they'd like you to mark. Would you mark your answer as richtig oder falsch? Is it going to be richtig oder falsch? Let's now see. Am Mittwoch hat Frau Stein frei. So let's now read the passage and see if it is true that Frau Stein is free on Wednesday. So she says, ich komme heute Dienstag noch nicht aus Berlin zurück. That is Dienstag, right? Today, Tuesday, I'm not coming back from Berlin. Ich habe morgen ein Gespräch mit dem Kunden Maybach. So she says again that she's not coming back on today on Tuesday from Berlin, and then tomorrow, the word here is morgen. Remember, heute is today, right? Heute is today, and then morgen is tomorrow. So this today, Tuesday, she is not coming back from Berlin. And then tomorrow, she has an interview with the Maybach clients. So let's now check the question again. The question is saying that on Wednesday, Frau Stein is free. Now here the answer is also going to be falsch. She is not free on Wednesday because they'll still be having a meeting with the Maybach company. Okay, let's take the last number. And the number says like this. Frau Stein will am Freitag. So let's get the last number. Frau Stein, this is number 3. Frau Stein will am Freitag. Frau Stein will am Freitag Dr. Falk treffen. Dr. Falk treffen. So is it true that Frau Stein would like to meet or wants to meet Dr. Falk on Friday? So here again, they would like you to do the following. Would you mark your answer as richtig oder falsch? Now, before I get to answer this, I always say, when answering the lesson questions, try to get your answers from the past. Don't guess, right? So is it true that this Mrs. Stein wants to meet Dr. Falk on Friday. Let's see if it is true or false. Now, she mentioned here that today on Tuesday, she's not coming back from Berlin. Ich habe morgen ein Gespräch mit dem Kunden Maybach, right? Der ist ganz wichtig für uns. Und am Donnerstag, on Thursday, am Donnerstag habe ich 2 weitere neue Termine. So, and on Thursday, I will have 2 more new dates or appointments. And then she continues, aber am Freitag, but on Friday bin ich ab 8 Uhr wieder im Büro. But on Friday, I will be back in the office again from 8 o'clock. And then she says, bitte machen Sie mir für 11 Uhr einen Termin mit Dr. Falk. So you can see here she says that on Friday, I'll be back again in the office. Please make an appointment for me that is at 11 o'clock with Dr. Falk. Right? So if you check, the question was asking, Frau Stein will am Freitag Dr. Falk treffen. Now, Mrs. Stein would like to meet Dr. Falk on Friday. Now here our answer is going to be directly richtig. Okay? Richtig. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we get to tackle the questions about about the lesson paper. Okay. Now this one was targeting your ability on lesson and even on Schreiben. Okay. So this will be bringing us to the end of today's live. Somebody asked about this book, and I mentioned to us in a couple of videos ago that I made this book specifically for those of us who are in A1 and A2. Yeah? This one gives you detailed explanation on the verbs, on the tenses, the cases of nouns, the issue of the der, die, das. This book covers it in details. Yeah. So if you're here and you would like to make a copy purchase of this, whether an ebook or the physical copy, you feel free to write to us in the comment section below, and I will guide you on how to purchase. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, das ist alles für heute. Tschüss, and I'll be seeing us in the next one.